guys, welcome to another edition of Side Chat with Nation. I know mostly we're talking about matters, football. What else have we spoken about on the show? This first week we're talking about the AFCON tournament, lessons that were learned from the AFCON tournament. And out of the conversations that I've had with a lot of people, you've been saying that we need to have matters basketball. So as I usually say, the customer is always right. Here I am, and on today's show, we are going to be talking about matters basketball. So in case you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So joining me all the way from the US is Felmas Koranga, one of the most decorated basketball players to come out of Kenya. She's won the WBCA Player of the Year award, was recognized in the Sunbelt Conference Finals as as the MVP actually. And without diluting a lot of things, here is Felmas Koranga. Felmas, welcome to Side Chat with Nation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the last time we are probably having a conversation with you was immediately after the 5 games in Uganda, right? Yeah. That was
right.
in the zone 5 games in Uganda, and we spoke a lot about what was going on, man. What has been going on in your life? We're just hearing that you're winning awards left, right, and center.
Actually quite a lot since then. When in 2019 I was still Tyler Junior College. I think I was going into my sophomore year, but right now I've already graduated with my undergrad, so a lot has been happening. And this is my senior year. I don't know if I will play an extra year. Like, so much has been happening, but we're grateful for all that.
Okay. Normally, when people are about to graduate, there is usually that feeling, oh, we are now stepping into the outside world, as you're from over here, and you know how we overuse that word over here. Like when you finish school and now you come to face the outside world. I mean, you graduating from college, how did that feel for you? I mean, were you excited about it? And what's next for you, you know?
Well, okay, I graduated in December of 2021. And that semester, I did not have a lot of classes to take, but it was stressful. You know, you're right. I was not saying it. I was not telling anyone that it was stressful just to think about it, because you feel like you're at a crossroad and you don't know what's next. You know, you don't know if you want to go get a job and make some money. You don't know if you want to continue the education and all that. But after I graduated, it was a relief for me. I felt like there was a huge load. I don't know, that was just taken off of my back. And then I decided to continue education. So right now I'm doing a master's in clinical mental health counseling, and that's it. Yeah. Hoping it all goes well. Yeah.
Yeah, we are wishing you all the best. We're wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
There's a question that is common with African parents. I know you're an athlete. I don't know whether you had that talk with your parents where they're like, so what next?
Yeah, all the time actually, because whenever I feel like overwhelmed, I run to them first. So we try to break down things together and look at the pros and the cons, especially with my dad. We look at the pros and the cons and just go with the best option.
You come from, for most people that do not know, you come from a family of athletes. Ariel, a very good friend of mine, you know, we're working with him together on his website, that is the Doctor's Report. Yeah. You guys can check out what the Doctor's Report is. It's a website that talks about matter sport. So we're working with him there, and I digress a bit. Coming from a family of athletes, have you ever felt like at one point maybe your interests in the athletes world or being an athlete was not going to work, and you feel like you're the odd one out in the family? You know, there's really that kind of pressure. You're like, you have to continue the family tradition.
Well, I've never looked at it that way, but when I started, I don't know, I used to be anxious. There was some form of anxiety. I felt like I used to feel like I was going to fail. Like if I don't achieve certain things, I was failing them, which, yeah, I mean, right now it's not like that, because I realized other things, and yeah, there was always some sort of pressure, because at the same time I was trying to set a good example to my younger siblings, and that alone is pressure.
Okay. I want to talk about two things that happened when you're playing your game in the US. And I just I want to journey with you, and I want to get into what was actually going into your mind when that particular thing happened. There was the Player of the World recognition by WBCA. And when you announced as the MVP at the finals against Louisiana, you know,
sorry, let me correct. I wasn't announced. I was not the MVP. I was not the MVP, and yeah.
Your player of the week. It was player of the week, yeah?
No, it was newcomer of the year, but that came later. It was much later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I would want to understand, how are you feeling at that particular moment in terms of both recognition over there?
So that did not come like right after the final game. It came after a couple of weeks, like after the season was over. I think. Can't remember well, but it was a couple of weeks later, and I don't know. It was just, well, it felt like a normal thing. Sorry, but
what do you mean, Felmas?
It was a great feeling. You know, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, but
yeah,
it was a great feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I know people are looking at you like, what does she mean that it was a normal thing? You know, like, the reality is such awards do not come easy, you know.
Well, what I believe in is if you put in the work and if you're consistent with the work that you're putting in, something good will always come out of it. So most of the time it's not really surprising, because you know the effort and the amount of time that you have put into what you're doing. And yeah, that's what I mean by by it was not surprising. Yeah.
Plus, different athletes usually have traditions in terms of there are things that they have to do before a major game. There are people in football usually see watu wakienda start playing, there are people who do the cross, you know, touch the field, you know. For you, what are those traditions that in your mind you're like, I have to do this to probably have a best feeling going into a particular game?
Well, just the usual thing. I listen to loud music. Most of the
Mhm.
time, most of the time is Afrobeats or sometimes just from different countries. South Africa. Lately,
Mhm. I'm a
lately I'm listening to a lot of that. Yeah, I'm a piano. I'm
piano.
listening. Yeah, things that I don't even understand.
Mm,
I just vibe with the beats.
yeah.
Sometimes it's gengeton. Again, it's
Mm,
just the beats. It's just the beat from.
yeah.
Let me point out that. Um, yeah, really, that's all I do. I just listen to the music, and then I talk to my parents, whichever is
Mhm.
available. I call them both, but whichever is available, I make sure I talk to one of them for quite a long
Mhm.
time, like an hour and a half or 2 hours. Um, we chat a little bit with my brothers. Uh, Pretty much it. And I talk to my nieces and my nephews, and that's it. If I don't do that, that day is just going to be messed up. But if I do that, it's going to be a good day.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting you mentioned Gengeton. I want to let you slide with this one. Which Gengeton artist are you listening to right now?
See, that's what I said. I just listen to the beat because sometimes I don't
Yeah.
even know what is playing on my phone because I just have AirPods
Yeah.
on and my phone is just somewhere playing just a playlist that I don't even know. And I'm just vibing to it.
Mm.
I barely know the artist.
Um,
I think the only person I know is not the only person I know. I think the kid, I can't remember his name, but
Trio
yeah,
Mio.
yes, that one.
Trio.
Yeah.
Trio. Trio has made it. Felmas knows you. Trio. Yeah, but he's a good musician.
Right.
He really has a lot in store for him.
Mm.
Um, when you moved from Tyler to Troy, how was that transition for you? I mean, I know you playing for Tyler, there was emotions involved, and then now here you're switching to Troy. How were you able to manage that transition through?
Uh, well, it was not easy, honestly. Uh, it was not easy because I won't say I'm scared of transitions, but I think everybody has some type of anxiety whenever they hear I'm moving from this place to another place. So that happened to me, and the process obviously was so I don't know, it was vigorous. Trying to get clear with the NCAA, trying to what is it called, register at Troy, and thinking about how I'm going to fit in, how will I cope with my style of play fit in, will I make new friends, a lot of things.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it did not take long. Actually, a guy was like, "Ooh, actually not quite as bad as I thought," because it only took like a week or two, and it was COVID year also. So everything was smooth. Yeah, and I came across
Okay.
nice teammates and coaches, and fitting in was just smooth. Everything was just okay.
Mm. Now,
Yeah.
when you move to Troy, what are those things that you're looking at and you're like, okay, guys, why are you guys doing this? Like, I'm not used to doing things like this.
Uh, I don't think there was. I don't think there was any. The only thing that really got me was waking up in the morning to go to the weight room. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
maybe we're going at 6 and at 5 I'm up, or maybe we are going just some odd hours in the morning that I'm not used to, and many people are not. But that is the only thing that
yeah, we struggle with that even in a normal day. I mean,
or sometimes we go to the weight room and we do leg work. I mean low body, and after that we do some individual workouts, and then after that, because it was COVID year and there was no summer workouts, we had a lot of sideline touches. Is the only thing that got me wondering, is this what I want to do really? Yeah, I survived.
Okay. I want to take you back, nikulete nyumbani tena kidogo. You've had an opportunity to play international, which is once in a lifetime opportunity that not many people get to. And umecheza, you played in, what are some of the things that you probably think need to be improved? Because I believe there is a lot of talent over here. I'm personally so happy that the local basketball scene has been so vibrant, even away from what Morans are doing, the Lionesses are doing. The basketball scene has been so vibrant. And coming from a player who's part of the local basketball league, maybe what do you think needs to be changed, to give more opportunity for upcoming talents out there?
Wow. Okay, that's a good question. You got me thinking a little bit. So I think that comes from both parties, or all the parties involved. From a player's standpoint, people need to just trust and believe in themselves, and just trust the process. Work on your own, create your own time, and just work alone, because we are not like the Kenyan league is not like pro, it's not even semi-pro. It's, people are having to do other things, like go to school maybe and then commit later to go play basketball or go to work and do all those stuff. So it becomes really, really hard for them to do that. You might find them practicing maybe twice or thrice a week. And like you said, there is a lot of talent out there, but people give up. They give up because of, I don't know, a lot of things that I'm not sure of. Yeah, but I just think all parties involved need to step up. Like the people running the league need to respect players, because a lot of challenges are things that can be avoided, but only if respect is there. Like, respect the players, respect the time they put into or sacrifice to go out there and play. Like, it's just respect, I guess. Yeah.
This last question, I'm asking it because maybe we never quite got the time to talk about this. When it was the opportune moment to have it, but I feel like it's a question that I need to ask, and it's something to do with a player's mental health. As a player who's playing in an established league, how important is it to ensure that the mental health of you as a player is ensured? And maybe you can comparisons in terms of what kind of mental health support system is there on your end and can be replicated here? Because we've seen situations even here in Kenya that athletes are actually committing suicide, because of frustrations, in as much as there's all the lights are on you when you're on the stage, when you're outside the stage, nobody really takes the time to quite look at how you're doing as a player, so I would really be interested to get this perspective from you as a player.
So, oh wow, that's a good one. But I think, I think I need to know that they are also human beings. Being an athlete is just a title, like any other title, like a doctor, or it's just a career, and a short term one, because you can play till you're 50. So they need to know that, or we all need to know that we are human beings like everybody else. So uh, how I act, or me off camera, should not change me when I'm on set, or when everybody is just looking at me, because those are the things that those are some of the things that bring about the stress. And I don't know how people are going to perceive me if they come across me um buying stuff from a small kibanda.
Yeah, yeah.
All of us have to fake lives, and it just don't make sense. Just don't fake it. No, you're a human being. Take care of yourself. If it's talking to your family, talk to them. Open up to someone. There are people out there that care. Just talk to them, and they will help you. Just don't die alone with all those
With
emotions
your problems.
and yeah, and all those issues, because as they pile and pile and pile, eventually it'll be too much and they will just outburst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you stay sane? Because I know Kienda, when you go to big events, everybody's like, Felmas, 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 let me take a picture with you. Yo, an interview here, an interview here, like everybody wants to get their hands on you, So how do you stay sane and focused, during such times?
Like I said, the me off camera is still the same person. I'm always composed. If someone wants to take a picture with me, it's fine. I will do that, but I won't have time to like talk and catch up and all that. Like if you say, hey, if you're specific, let's take a picture. That is exactly what we are going to do, and that's it. And I don't give a lot of people the time to mess with my head,
Mentors.
because I know because I know what that can do. I choose what I want to listen to, or what I want to give more thoughts into. Like I just kind of like selective attention. So I do that a lot, and uh, when something is not clear, I reach out to my parents and my siblings, and we just talk about everything.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I pray that most athletes create that support system, because most of the times that is what most of the athletes and most of the people in the creative space, do not have. Felmas, final question. I'm starting to sound like a pastor. Last but not least. Final question. There is probably, an inspiring athlete, probably a lady athlete, want to get to the heights of Felmas Koranga. This is the opportunity to talk to them. We have like 2 minutes.
Well, it is possible. Just set your goals, set them, stick to them, and work towards them, and make sure you reach them. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. They're going to be a lot of ups and downs. You're going to cry a lot, but if you're just consistent and trust the process and sacrifice, because it comes with a lot of sacrifices. If you hear you you wouldn't want to try it, or you wouldn't wish to try this. But yeah, just trust the process, sacrifice, and everything is going to work out. And pray. Yeah.